The other item that we received was a swab sample in a khaki envelope marked D. Indicated as having been collected from outside the crime scene, headed towards the gates. We also received a stainless steel knife. Stainless steel grip with a black handle. Stainless steel knife with a black handle. In a khaki evidence bag. Khaki evidence bag marked E. The sixth item received is a blue denim shirt. A blue denim shirt. A red Yes, Your Lordship. A light brown pair of trousers. A light brown pair F3.
Yes.
And we also received another white towel in a khaki evidence bag marked G. Khaki evidence bag marked H. I used condom in a khaki evidence bag that was marked H. Your Lordship, on the same day at the laboratory of the government chemist department, vehicle swab samples swab samples were obtained from John Matara Onwa.
Vehicle swab samples. Yes.
Marked John Matara Onwa. Item I.
Marked John Matara.
these are the findings of the analysis that was done.
Okay, just a minute. Following findings. Finding number 1.
Lordship, the swab sample marked C. The swab sample
C.
Was slightly stained with blood of human origin.
Yes.
The swab sample marked D was also lightly stained with blood of human origin.
Sorry, repeat that.
The swab sample marked D was also lightly stained with blood of human origin. The knife, item E, was moderately stained with blood of human origin.
Yes.
The denim shirt, item F1, was also moderately stained with blood of human origin.
Moderately. Yes.
A pair of trousers, item F2,
Pair of trousers.
item F2 was moderately stained with blood of human origin. Both towels, item F3 and item G,
Just a second. 4, 5, 6. So both towels, items.
F1, F3, sorry, and G. Were heavily stained with blood of human origin.
Yes.
The inner part of the condom.
Sorry?
The inner part of the condom was stained with semen. This is the conclusion and opinion.
Yes.
The blood stain on the swab, item C.
The blood stain on the swab,
item C.
C.
Generated a DNA profile that matched the DNA profile generated.
DNA profile that matched DNA profile.
Generated from the blood sample marked A. Starlet Wahu Mwangi. The deceased. The blood stain on the swab, item D.
Just a second. The blood stain on the swab, item D,
did not generate a DNA profile. Your Lordship, the blood stains on the knife, item E.
blood stains, the knife, item E.
Yes. The denim shirt, item F1.
Yes.
And one of the towels, item G.
Yes.
Generated a mixed DNA profile. One of the profiles matched the DNA profile generated from the blood sample marked A. One of the profiles matched the DNA profile generated from the blood sample marked A. Starlet Wahu Mwangi, the deceased. While the other profile matched
while the other profile
the other profile matched the file generated from the equals the other profile matched the profile generated from the buccal swab sample marked I.
Yes.
Matara, John Matara Onwa.
Yes.
The accused. The accused. The blood stain on the pair of trousers, item F2. and the other towel, item F3, generated a DNA profile that matched the DNA profile generated from the buccal swab sample marked I.
Buccal sample marked. Buccal sample marked. I.
John Matara of Wahu, the accused.
Yes.
Lordship, the semen stain on the condom generated a mixed DNA profile. Semen stain on the condom generated a mixed DNA profile. One of the DNA profiles matched the DNA profile generated from the blood sample marked A.
Yes.
Starlet Wahu.
Yes.
And Wahu, that's Wahu Mungai.
Sorry?
I wish to correct that.
Sorry?
It was typed as Starlet Wahu Mungai.
Okay. So now all the Mwangi we have been writing.
Instead of Starlet. Sorry, Your Lordship.
You've been telling me Starlet Wahu Mwangi. So you want me to correct it to read what?
To read Starlet Wahu Mwangi instead of Starlet Wahu Mungai.
The typed name on item marked A. Yeah, reads.
Yes, Your Lordship.
Starlet Wahu is H-U Mungai.
So it was typed as Mungai.
Oh, that's fine.
But the correct one is Mwangi.
It should have been typed to read Starlet Wahu Mwangi. Okay.
Your Lordship, the other profile matched the DNA profile generated from the buccal swab sample marked I. obtained from John Matara Ongoa, the accused.
Okay. Proceed.
Your Lordship, I prepared this report on
The report on what date?
I prepared this report on the 26th of November 2025. Thank you.
You wish to produce it?
Yes, I do, Your Lordship.
We are at what point in marking, Ms. Stella?
My Lord, we used to mark it as Exhibit 11 and for MFI 11 and police it as Exhibit 11.
Any objection?
Probably not.
Okay. So that is duly marked.
That will be all here.
So it should be MFI. Okay. So cross examination.
My Lord would have known if I make
Afternoon.
like fast, then be getting me. This is most important probably the court can organize.
Emily, you can hear what counsel is saying? Are you able to hear the advocate?
Can't hear him.
Okay. So why don't you move to the front?
The said report?
Yes, I do.
How many human blood samples as per the analysis were provided to you?
As per the exhibit memo form,
Yes.
there were 2, as indicated, blood samples.
There were 2.
Yes.
Look at your number 4 on the items received. Are you there?
Exhibit D?
Yes.
Yes.
What was it? What were the contents of that exhibit? If you look at your findings on number 2, if I may take you quickly, look at your findings on number 2.
Okay.
Are you able to look at it? Your finding on number 2?
Yes.
What was your finding?
The blood stain on the swab, item D, did not generate a DNA profile.
Good. Could I be right to indicate now that you received 3 blood samples? Is that the correct position?
3
from this analysis?
3 or
That
2?
is,
3.
Your Lordship, that is not the correct position. As I was explaining earlier, if you want me to refer to that
No,
item,
answer the questions.
this was a crime scene.
What was exhibit D?
This was a crime scene material, which is a blood swab collected as indicated.
And what were your findings?
Investigating officer.
What were your findings? That's where we are.
The findings,
Yes.
number 2,
Yes.
the swab sample. So
Yes.
after analysis, that is when we identified that indeed the item, or rather the stain on item D, was blood.
So what was your finding?
The finding was that the blood, the swab sample marked D was slightly stained with blood of human origin.
So, and then there was another swab which matched one John Ongoa Matara. Is that true?
Which one are you referring to?
When you were testing or trying to analyze, I don't know how to put it, the blood samples you were given and the extract you removed from, or which was extracted from one John Ongoa Matara, matched the blood samples which were in your possession.
I kindly want you to be
Just try and be
Which one are you
specific,
referring
Council.
to?
What sample? Because all the items are marked. Let's go item per item.
If you look at item 3 on the conclusion, are you there?
Yes, I am there.
What's the conclusion?
That the blood stain is on the knife,
Yes.
which is item E. The denim shirt, item F. The towels, item G, generated a mixed DNA profile.
Generated a mixed
One,
DNA profile. Yes, continue.
yes. So one of the profiles matched the DNA profile generated from the blood sample marked A, Starlet Wahu Mwangi,
Good.
and the other profile matched the profile generated from the buccal swab sample marked I, John Matara Ongoa.
Then, when you matched sample D or mark D, did it match with any other samples available?
Your Lordship, the blood
The
stain
answer is
on the
yes
swab
or no.
item marked D
Witness
did not generate a DNA profile.
did not generate a DNA profile.
Which item did not generate a
So I
DNA
couldn't
profile?
match it with any other.
Which item? I need to correctly capture it.
Item D.
Item D.
Which was what?
Item D, Your Lordship, is a blood swab collected from outside the scene of crime,
So
headed
collected
towards the gate.
from the scene of crime, headed towards the gate. What do you say about it? Did not generate
Your
what?
Lordship, it did not generate a DNA
Okay.
profile.
Madam Emily, could I be wrong to tell the court or you that there was a specimen of another third person, probably where there was no another sample collected from him? A third person at the scene.
Your Lordship, it may not be right to conclude that way because this sample did not generate a profile, and so we are not in a position to tell whose DNA
But was it human blood?
sample.
Was it human blood?
Yes, Your Lordship.
Then the conclusion is there could be another third person who was injured at the scene, whose sample was not available for matching.
Your Lordship, I may not be in a position to answer that question.
But how do you obtain blood?
I'm basing my answers on the samples that were submitted.
Okay, that is all. The next question I'll ask so that we can move the court forward is what was the nature of the item marked as E?
Your Lordship, the item marked E was a knife.
Was a knife. And you have indicated that the blood stain on the knife matched the one for John Matara and the late Starlet Wahu. Is that correct as you are paragraph 3?
Yes, Your Lord.
Of the conclusion.
Generated a mixed DNA.
Generated
Yes,
a mixed DNA result.
Yes.
The next question I'll ask you from the report. Now, out of your conclusion, at blood samples from the accused, the victim, conclude, or were you able to conclude or make a report whether the blood on the item marked E, was frontally pasted on a knife or was done by another third party?
Sorry, could you please come again?
The stains on the knife.
Yes.
Stains on the knife. Are you able to tell us how they were pasted there?
No, Your Lordship.
You can't.
Samples were just submitted for analysis.
2. Are you able equally to indicate which of the samples was pasted first on the knife?
Your Lordship, no.
No. Your Lordship, that is all about this good witness.
Okay, thank you.
I can see ground from my
So, Matara, anything?
Yeah, just one question. Good afternoon, Emily.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, my name is Mochere.
Sorry, your name is?
Mochere, I acted together with Wells.
Emily, are you still there?
Yes, yes.
Respond to the question.
Now, I just wanted you to confirm to the court which towel or whether both towels matched with the DNA samples collected in A and B, that one of the deceased and the accused.
Okay. One of the towels, that is item G,
Yes.
generated a mixed DNA profile. Yes, one of the towels, item G, generated a mixed DNA profile. One of the profiles was matched that of the deceased, Starlet Wahu, and the other one matched that of the accused, Matara. Now the other towel,
Yes.
3, generated a DNA profile that matched the profile generated from the buccal swab sample marked.
There were two towels. One was recovered from the accused person. Did you have this information with the source of the towels?
As indicated here,
Yes.
it was just written that a whitish towel which was believed to be stained by the suspect.
Emily, the question is, were you able to tell where these towels were picked from? From the memo form?
Your Lordship.
Okay.
Just from the memo form,
Yes.
that information, yes, from the memo form it is indicated.
What is it? What is indicated on it?
From the memo form, Your Lordship, F3, a white
F3 belonged to the suspect, or rather was recovered from the suspect.
I'm not sure about
Is that a fact?
From the indication from the suspect.
It just indicated that it is believed to have been stained by the suspect.
Now, the other towel marked G. What is the indication of the source?
That it was collected from the scene of the crime.
That is towel
That is what
G.
is indicated in the memo form.
Yes.
Towel G.
Towel G. It was
Towel G.
collected from the scene, and basically the scene may mean the room in which where this happened. Correct?
Yes.
Thank
The
you.
scene of the crime is where the crime is believed to have happened.
Now, please confirm for me and the court that it is this towel marked G that has a mixed DNA profile of both the suspect and the deceased.
Yes, I do confirm from analysis, item G generated a mixed DNA profile.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Your Honor.
Clarification. Madam Emily, it's Miss Della from the state. Exhibit memo. Exhibit number 5, marked E.
Yes. Yes.
Just clarify before this court that when you received that exhibit, which is a knife, that it had blood on it.
Your Lordship, first I would say that I'm not the one who received the knife. My colleague received the knife, but I am the one who analyzed.
So when you got it to analyze, yes.
And confirm the blood stain that from that knife you were able to generate a DNA profile. And can you clarify what were those profiles?
Generated a mixed DNA profile.
Yes.
One of the profiles matched that of the deceased, Starlet Wahu, and the other one matched that of the accused, John Matara.
That will be all. Thank you for logging in to testify before this court. We are grateful.
You're welcome.
You are released. Thank you. Ms. Della, who is the next witness?
Arwa.
Sorry?
Arwa. Sergeant Arwa.
Online or physically? Okay. So you are done with all those who are coming to court virtually?
Yes.
Okay. Who is mother?
For a period of 24 hours. And that at around 0030 saa sita na nusu usiku 0030 hours, I received a call from my duty officer who by then was by the name Inspector Ndwati, and she informed me that there was a scene to be visited So I immediately rushed to the report office where she was, and upon arrival, I found two.
Remember, I'm writing. So, you told me there was a scene to be visited.
So I rushed to the report office where she was, and when I got there, I found two unknown ladies who were the reportees. Two unknown ladies, but whom currently I can physically identify.
Reportees.
One was in a blue dress and another was in a yellow jumper. So they had reported that there was a scene of some unknown dead body in a particular house within Papino Apartments in South Bay. So upon receipt of the report from Madam Duarte, I, together with Madam Duarte and one Corporal Kamau, we rushed to the scene on a distress call.
So you were led by the reportees?
So we were led by the reportees actually. And when we got to Papino Apartment, which is in Sanasana area within South Bay, you were again directed to the fourth. We were directed to the fourth floor, and where we went there through an elevator. So at the fourth floor, again we were further directed to house number Y32, Y32, which in this case was an Airbnb room. The door was slightly opened. But before we could fully enter into the house, we watched from outside and were able to see a naked body, a naked female body, which was lying next to her sofa set. It was just a bit closer to the door. And from our view, the entire from our view, from where we were.
Talk about my view.
From my view, sorry. From my view where I was, all over there, and the body was in a pool of blood. It was lying in a pool of blood, and the entire floor of the sitting room actually was covered with blood stains. So we moved closer and have a view of the body, where we discovered it was a lady. The deceased was a lady. Actually, we got into the house. And identified that the deceased was a lady, and she was lying naked in a pool of blood. So while we were still interrogating the scene, we got information from some of the members of the apartment who had since gathered to witness the scene. And they informed us they had seen an unknown man leave the apartment stained in blood, with blood stains in his clothes. And he was wrapped in a white towel on his waist, downwards. So upon receipt of this information from the bystanders there, So upon receipt of that information from those who were standing by, I once again reached to my boss, who by then was the orderly officer, through Inspector Ndwati's mobile phone.
This officer that you reached out?
It's called Chief Inspector Njuguna. Chief Inspector Njuguna. So he is the SOB, the staff officer operations, the SOB at Makadara sub-county. So I informed him that there was a scene at Papina, there was a murder scene, suspected murder scene at Papina Apartments, house number Y32. And subsequently called for the services of the scenes of crime personnel. So while we were still waiting for the scenes of crime personnel, we preserved the scene and waited for the scenes of crime. Meanwhile, as we waited for the scenes of crime, I engaged with the security guards about his awareness of this unknown guy who left and why he had allowed him to pass without raising an alarm.
So I interrogated
But he said he was not at the gate by the time the suspect left. So as this was going on, one of the ladies we were with received a call from an unknown caller. The one who had initially made the report at the police station. One of them received a call from an unknown caller, and that the suspect who had initially
She got a call from an who informed her.
Who informed that the suspect had been spotted around the South B hospital. So once I took the phone from the lady to continue speaking with the unknown caller. Whom upon telling me so that the suspect has been spotted at South B police station. South B hospital. I spoke with him and I asked him to at least keep trail of the suspect. So upon receipt of this information, I again informed Inspector Ndwati of the development and requested her, together with Corporal Komau, I requested Inspector Ndwati together with Corporal Kamau to man the scene as I go in pursuit of the suspect as per the information received. So immediately I left the scene, but still while in constant communication with the unknown caller who was in pursuit of keeping trail of the suspect. So in the absence, I didn't have an official car, so we used a civilian car which belonged to one of the reportees, the two ladies. And since I was alone, I went back to the police station and picked another police officer by the name PC John Muraya. To help me in the pursuit.
Were you still accompanied by the two ladies?
Yeah, we were together with the two ladies in their car. So in the car we were 4 people. That is the 2 police officers. And all this time we were still in communication with the unknown caller. So
yes.
So along the way, as we were heading to South B police station, South B hospital, sorry. The informer told us that the suspect has just left South B hospital and that the suspect has been referred to Mbagathi District Hospital. So we changed our direction to Mbagathi Hospital. And upon arrival, so upon arrival at Bagadi, we managed to find the informer. The informer, who was a well-known person to one of the ladies whom we were with. We got into the hospital. And found and managed to find the suspect being attended to by 2 nurses. So the suspect was dressed in a bluish shirt with brown marks. A bluish shirt with brown marks, which was covered with a white towel around his waist downwards. They had blood stains. The suspect.
He had blood stains on what?
He had the clothes. He had blood stains on the blue t-shirt, in the blue t-shirts and the white towel. By the time we found, he was still putting on that cloth and the towel.
You say t-shirt?
A shirt. Actually, it's not a t-shirt. A shirt. I'm sorry. Dressed in a bluish shirt with brownish marks.
My lord, we wish to mark the blue long sleeve shirt as MFI 12.
The suspect had multiple wounds that I could not say, multiple stab wounds, as he was being attended to.
So you talked about a blue shirt. What else did you find?
A white towel.
We wish to mark a white towel with stains as MFI 13.
So the suspect had stab wounds that were being attended to by the nurses. So when we got into the room, we informed the nurses. Since we were all in full uniform, informed the nurse that this was a murder suspect. As he was lying on a bed being attended to by the nurse, the murder suspect, and that we had been tracing him, and now we have come for him. The suspect was in a fair, stable condition and was able to communicate and speak. And so I cautioned the suspect and informed him of the crime he is suspected to have committed and why we are here to arrest him. So, at the room where the suspect was being attended to was also another man who identified himself as, apart from the suspect, the nurses, there was another man who identified himself as Anthony Nyongesa. And he is the one who brought the suspect to the hospital. So, Anthony Nyongesa, upon questioning, he said that he had only assisted the suspect to hospital at his request, but he did not disclose where they met. So we again turned to the suspect to a bit of interrogation since he was able to speak. He identified himself as John Matara Ongoa, a Kisii male adult, age 34 years of age.
Suspects identified. To answer this, John
Matara Ongoa, a Kisii male adult, age 34 years of age.
What?
34 years. So I asked him why he had committed the offense, to which I directly asked him why he had killed the lady he was with at the apartment. And upon interrogation, I asked him if at all he knew the lady, to whom he identified the lady as one called Starlet, and whom he claimed was his girlfriend. But upon asking all these questions,
so he said she was his girlfriend.
His girlfriend. So, upon further interrogation, all the accused person said that all he can remember was that they had a scuffle with the lady, and he managed to stab the lady on the right thigh. on the right time. Right time. So we could interrogate further since he was being attended to by the nurses, so we never proceeded with the interrogation, but rather waited patiently as the nurses attended to him. Once the nurses were done with him and they assured us that he was in a stable condition and was out of danger, the nurses issued us with a prescription of some painkillers. Which I went ahead and bought them at the facility's pharmacy. So once this was done, we turned on the other suspect, one Anthony Nyongesa, whom we did a quick search. And from him, we recovered a cable with a metal attachment. Anthony Nyongesa. Which we recovered a cable with a metal attachment to this, which to him he referred it as a dragon chain.
Recovered a cable with a metal
attachment to it, which Nyongesa described as a dragon chain, and an electric tester was recovered. A dragon chain. He termed it as a dragon chain. An electric tester was also recovered from Mr. Nyongesa. Particularly, he told us he was an electrician, and that by that time he was at work. It was at work, but he never disclosed for us the place by the time he was reached out by Matara for assistance. When the nurses were done attending to the suspect, John Matara, the nurses, once they were done attending to Matara, they declared him stable and out of danger, after which he was discharged. The clothes that he put on at that particular time were now all soaked in blood. So some of the members of the public whom we had come, they were actually border riders, offered him some fresh clothes. So they offered him fresh clothes, which he put on as we collected the ones he had. Those being the bruised t-shirt, the blue shirt, brown marks, a creamy trouser,
Just note that I'm writing, so
Not the creamy trouser before court, we wish to mark it as MFI 14.
the one I said is the shirt, bluish. What was the other piece of cloth?
a creamy trouser,
What was the
It will to mark it as MFI 14,
shirt was MFI what?
MFI 12.
and a white towel,
Creamy trouser.
and a white,
You want to mark it MFI?
14.
14. What is the other cloth?
and a white towel, all with blood stains.
I'll mark that as MFI 13.
Very short too.
So we collected the clothes which we later booked as exhibits and prepared an inventory that which I wish to lay before the court. Dated 4th. So we collected the clothes which were booked as we later placed them in a polythene paper and arrested the accused persons. And they arrested both Matara and Anthony Nyongesa. Upon which we escorted them to Industrial Area Police Station, where we booked them by B number 5. Industrial Area Police Station. I booked them via OB 05 04 stroke 1 2024. I prepared an inventory and further booked on 4 stroke 4 stroke 1 stroke 2024. The exhibit
15. The inventory before court that you're able to sign, when was it dated and where was it prepared?
It was prepared at the Industrial Area Directorate of Criminal Investigation. I prepared it with the help of the DCI officer whom we had already handed over the case to, and we prepared the inventory on the 1st of January 2024 at around 0400 hours.
Did you append your signature on the inventory?
Yes, I signed as Corporal Arwa.
Do you wish to have the inventory produced before this court as part of your evidence?
Yes, I do. So that is all I can state.
Marker 15, I wish to produce it as exhibit 15. There is a blue jeans that you are able to recover from the suspects. On
A blue shirt.
A blue shirt.
Jeep.
And also a creamy trouser and a whitish towel with blood stain.
Yeah.
Do you also wish to have them produced before this court as part of your evidence?
Yes, I do.
My Lord, we wish to produce the blue jean shirt, long sleeves, as exhibit 12. the white towel with blood stains as exhibit 13. And the creamy trouser as exhibit 14.
That's all right.
That will be all. Prepare this inventory. Where were you when you were preparing?
We were at the report office
Report office.
together with the DCI officers.
Okay. And where did you collect these items from?
I collected them at the hospital before we left.
Which hospital?
Once at Mbagathi Hospital.
Oh.
Once he was able to change his clothes, from which the ones that he was offered by the other members of the public, since we could not go with him at that state to the police station wrapped in a towel, so he changed his clothes, but we collected the ones he was initially putting on.
Was he able to sign the inventory himself?
Yes, he signed at John Matara. Here it is.
When he was signing this inventory, what state was he to comprehend what he's signing?
He was a stable state, given that he was declared by the nurses that he was in a stable state and eventually discharged from hospital.
My lord, Mr.
Yes.
Good afternoon. Afternoon, Mr. Wahu.
Good afternoon to you, sir.
How long had you worked in the police service before this particular incident?
Roughly 17 years of service.
17 years.
Yes.
And how many years in investigations?
5 years or so.
So you had some good experience. Is that true? Can you take us through, or the court, what is the importance of securing a crime scene?
The crime scene is to prevent it from any alteration, or tampering from insiders, to preserve exhibits, and to gather whether there is some witnesses around and interrogate witnesses.
Is there a possibility if the scene is not well secured, you might lose some information?
Absolutely.
Or you might be misdirected in your investigation?
Absolutely.
Confirm also that you were among the first responders team to the scene.
On the side of the police, yes, I was.
Yes, you were. On arrival at the scene, whom did you find there?
At the door.
The other item that we received was a swab sample in a khaki envelope marked D. Indicated as having been collected from outside the crime scene, headed towards the gate. Towards the gate. tin grip with a black handle. Stainless steel knife with a black handle. And a khaki evidence bag. Khaki evidence bag marked E. The sixth item received is a blue denim shirt.